So, Daniela, thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
Um,
Thank you for having me.
it's all right. It has been a pleasure spending the day with you, and I think we did it. I think at least we made some progress.
Yes.
On the script, and some of the confusion has gone away now. So in terms of when I think I contacted you about 2 months ago, and sent you the plot, the basic info about the film. What made you like when you read it? What was your first impression like? What did you think about the whole info, the plot, and me as a person, or as a producer of a short independent film?
Okay.
Like, what were your initial thoughts?
Yeah. Right. Initially, I liked the movie. I mean, the reason why I applied for the movie, it's because it said it was going to be a love story.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of love stories. And then I liked the plot because, I mean, my character Laura sounds like a simple girl, genuine and simple girl.
Yeah.
Who she's genuine and simple. She's vulnerable, yes, but she's also very strong and determined. Like, she knows what she's doing and she gets what she wants. And that kind of like reminded me of myself. So I found her fascinating. Not because she reminds me of myself.
I understand what you mean.
I kind of like related to the story. I clicked with the story, if it makes sense. And then, you know, I like the fact, obviously, you know, there's another person like me who tries to break into the acting career, and I like the fact that you're producing the movie, but it's not that you want to be a producer. I mean, perhaps maybe in the future, but you're doing the movie because you want to be seen as an actor, and you felt like people weren't giving you that opportunity. And so I looked up for you in the way that he really wants to do it, and instead of sitting there and waiting for people, he's doing something himself. So, you know, I looked up for you about that. And I know, even though you don't have experience, you know, I still decided to be part of it. I don't have experience either, but I thought actually how nice it is to work with people who are at the first stage of their career. So we're all like inexperienced, so it's like we're all on the same boat, learning together. So I liked the idea of you know, the process of learning together. And you know, I thought that would give me the experience not just on the acting side, but also, you know, to learn about cameras, about directing, about producing. You know, I like to be part of the whole system.
I mean, I have been thinking about the story and the script for the last 5 years. And I think I told you earlier today that when the incident happened on 7th of July 2005, I was in West London, and at that time my life was pretty much like Atiq Sharifi, who unfortunately among the victims of this incident. So when this thing happened, every now and then I used to take notes, and at that time I was not serious about acting. And I was working in a small shop in West London. It was like a takeaway. But every now and then when I used to be free at home and I had nothing else to do, so I used to take a pen and write something like, what if I was on that bus that day? What if a friend of mine was on that bus, how would have things be? Getting blown up on that bus. How would have they dealt with with life financially, because I was sending them money. I was working in a takeaway, I was getting very small money, but that money was good enough to support me and send some money back home so that the rest of family can make a basic living. And then the idea kept developing as the years went by, but I was taking it very slowly, and I didn't have in mind that one day I might turn it into a script and I might have a team and we might do a film together. But then 3 years ago, when I moved to London, by coincidence I became a part of Barking Theatre. We became like friends. I met him in West End when I was watching the show Wicked in Victoria, and we started talking, then we went for a drink, and then we became friends. And now he's like a godfather to me. And because he doesn't have children, he looks at me like a son. He says, if I had a son, he would have been like you. So it's very sweet, the kind of relation me and him have. So for the last 3 years, like, I have been part of Barking Theatre as an actor or as a helper or as a volunteer. I don't have a specific job there. If they have a show, like they did have a show back in December, and they needed an actor for it. The show was called The Hunt for the Witch. It was a Halloween show, so I was acting in it. Sometimes I helped them out in the box office or behind the bar. And also in the last 3 years I have been taking performing arts courses. But I think now it's interesting that we have a team, Jody, Osman, and obviously yourself. And I think, fair enough, we had some silly small arguments and differences, which is very natural.
Oh yeah.
In a family or in a team, especially when people don't know each other.
I think it's a positive side because it actually makes you stronger.
And it has made us stronger because honestly, like after some of the arguments we had, or electronic arguments that we had,
I don't think it was arguments, it's because
it was mostly a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding,
Yes.
and because over text you don't even get
Yes.
how the person is talking to you.
Yes.
It's like, you know, probably talking like normally, like not as an argument,
Yes.
but you know, you don't get the way the person is actually talking to you, if you know what I mean.
Yes, but like you said, we are lucky.
But anyway, because we're mature people, you know,
Yes.
we use it as a, you know, to make us better rather than, you know.
So I think we are lucky, and like you said, we have a good team now. A small team, but a determined and strong team.
Yeah.
I think Judy is very sweet, and she will do a good job as a director. Osman is a really good guy, and I'm sure he will be a strong member of the team. And as we all know, we can't expect the film to be perfect or to be great commercial film. It's a short independent film. We have a small budget for it.
But you still need to believe in it.
Yes, the good thing is,
because if you believe it's not going to be good, then it's not going to be good.
yes,
You have to believe it's good. You have to believe that in that little word, but is you're making this short movie is going to be amazing.
yes.
You know, but have that have that view in your mind.
Definitely, I agree with you. So yeah, we will give it our best. I will give it my best shot. I'm sure you're very positive about it. And I'm sure we can learn from it, have fun with it, and whatever we learn from this project, from this film, we can apply that experience and the skills to future projects. I'm sure you might have a story to tell. I'm sure Judy has a couple of stories to tell, and she has written them, I know that. because she discussed some stuff with me 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And I told her, you know what? Whatever your story is, let's take it to a script writer. Let's turn them into a script, and let's make a short film. You know, we have a team, we have the basic equipment, we have the basic knowledge, although we are not professional filmmakers.
After this, we'll be more professional.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, I know that there are challenges in this project. I still have to do some stuff about permissions, about legal issues. But with all those challenges, with all that stress, I'm having fun. We are trying to tell, is this more the romantic side of the film or the incident related to terrorism? Which one is stronger, do you think?
Well, it is. Okay, there is love in this movie, but I don't think it's actually a love story. I mean, it is a love story, but I think the strongest message, in my opinion, is to